Hey guys, it is Friday here in West Virginia, and it's time for us to do our Free It Friday. And the ones I'm unboxing for you today would usually be done on a Truckin' Tuesday, but I couldn't wait to unbox them. So we're going to go ahead and do them today. And they are great looking trucks. These are the new release of the Dodge Ram from Autoworld. They did release two others, I don't know, one or two cases ago, and the big horn trim with the chrome wheels. And man, I wish I would have bought them when they first launched, because now you can't even find them for sale. And if you do, they're like 15 bucks, 20 bucks a pop. So yeah, I wish I would have got them when they were first released. But I really wasn't into really collecting new Mopar stuff, especially the trucks. I was trying to stick with the old stuff, say from 62 to 80. That was what I was mainly focused on, predominantly the M2 trucks, yes, because they are pretty sick. But these guys really started to interest me, especially the ones in this trim. They kind of look like a performance model, like the Hellcats or Red Eyes, something like that. So that's why I figured I'd go ahead and grab these ones, especially since I'm trying to gather up enough modern Mopar muscle to do Mr. Norm's dealership up for some photo ops. Already have enough to do around the dealership, in the showroom, and in the garages. I think I have like 20 something, 20 or 22. And I don't have enough to do the lot yet. That's kind of what I'm focusing on now. Get enough to fill up the lot, and then do a cool video on modern Mopars. What if Mr. Norm's was still in business? But right now, still gathering the missing ones, and figured I would just go ahead and get some trucks. And the Autoworld ones are the ones that popped most to me. I really wasn't really considering the green light. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of, because I don't know, they're okay, but they're nothing like these. The old ones, however, like the early, like 2010 to 2014 models, those are really nice. I actually have one from the Yellowstone. Well, actually, we unboxed it a couple weeks ago. It's really cool looking. But anyways, let's get on with these guys. So this is version B. Let's go ahead and do version A first. Do it in order. So this is your premium series, and this is the release 4 version A. So this is release 4 of 2024. And let's see, yes, we just unboxed a whole case of the release 5, which were only 3 different models, but you got both colors, which was cool. And it was mostly Mopars, which really helped me out with gathering my modern Mopars. And we have a lot of modern Mopars from Autoworld coming up in the near future to unbox. So anyways, this guy here has special edition, does not say the production number, and same thing with those big horns. That's why I can't believe they're so hard to find now, because they did make quite a few of them. But anyways, this is their premium fact. So it says this is the first release of our new 2023 Ram 1500 Rebel casting, with all new front grille, bumper, and hood. And Baja Yellow paint is exclusive to the let's see, the extremely limited quantities of Havoc editions produced by Ram for 2023. And this is called your Baja Yellow. And it's a little brighter than, say, Taxi Cab Yellow, but it's not nowhere near like the high impact yellows that you'll see on the old school Mopars from the early 70s, or even I think the Demon came in a yellow, and it's not as bright as that, but still very slick looking. Card art's nice. And then you can see the name of the truck, 2023 Ram 1500 Rebel Havoc Edition, and this will tell you what is all in this lineup, and this is another 3-pack, and I actually wish I would have bought both cases of these, because I really would like to have the 70 Kingswood estate wagons. I got to get them before they go through the roof in price. The '06 Silverado SS is very beautiful. Love that truck. I'm actually a bigger Chevy truck fan than I am a Mopar truck fan for the new stuff, say 2000 and newer. But well, even probably from 1990 and newer, I'm more of a Chevy truck guy than Mopar truck guy. But I collect Mopar, so I'm sticking with it. But the '06 SS is definitely a badass casting that you Chevy guys definitely will want to get. So, anyways, let's get this guy off the card and take a look at him. And unfortunately, I've already opened it. That's not the unfortunate part. But when I got this one, it didn't have any visible damage on the outside, like, or the driver's side that was facing outward, I should say. As you can see, it looks pretty good. But when I turned it around over here, there's a big chip on this mirror, and if you can see in the light, I touched it up with a Sharpie. That's why it has that more glossy look to the tip of it, and it has that purplish tint. I don't know, like that marker tint or ink tint, I call it. It just has that purplish hue to it, kind of. But yeah, it was not that big of a deal. The one thing that does bother me slightly is my tailgate will not open. It's jammed shut, and I do not want to force it open to cause any further damage, like break it off, or also just chip the hell out of it. So I'm not even going to open it. It's not that big of a deal. Hood opens very easily. Beautiful motor compartment detail. I know it's all black, but there is a lot of detail in there, like Autoworld always does. They never fail us on engine compartment detail. It's always very beautifully done. Hoods are done nicely. All of the graphics, decals, whatever you'd like to call it, for the Rebel and Havoc are on the truck, and they look great. The grill looks really cool, and it has RAM there underneath the bottom bar that kind of goes up and gives it, I don't know, kind of like a snarling like look to the front of it. It looks like a bulldog or something. Headlight tampos are very nicely detailed, so it's not like in any detail. They're not just painted silver like they've done on some of their other trucks. The worst one was their Ford F-150 Lariat when they launched that one. That looked bad. This big headlight, and it was just painted silver with no detail. At least these have some details. It's not just silver paint. There's some details in there for the LEDs and all of that. Detailed emblems on the side, and the side mirrors are a big, big plus. That's one thing that is a big seller for this truck, because that makes a big difference on trucks that have the side mirrors. The ride height is good. The tire size and wheel size looks pretty accurate. And then the detail on the back tailgate is very nicely done. And once again, the Rebel decals are very nice. And you have your Havoc, no, I'm sorry, it says Rebel, with the E's are number 3 reverse, so it's reversed E's, and they're number 3s, which is kind of cool. And the 4x4, and you can see your exhaust tips coming out from underneath the bumper. Then the undercarriage is nicely done. Everything is there, highly detailed. Unlike the competitors where they're lacking detail nowadays, they're trying to cut cost. Mainly speaking of Greenlight, they're just doing like flat bases. Their trucks are better than their cars, but still they're nowhere near detailed like the Autoworld stuff. It's very, very nicely done. So moving along to the gray one, which I guess would probably be a fan favorite. I'm not a big fan of this gray color in a way. I do like it, but some people are crazy about it. I don't know what made it so hot. I guess it would be maybe the JDM stuff, like the Liberty Walk cars, the GTRs and Lamborghinis they're doing up in this kind of color, except theirs is more of like the matte finish, almost like gray primer. So this is called ceramic. Now let me get it to focus in. Ceramic gray. The performance cars are called Destroyer Gray, which is really cool. name for it. It gives it like a, I don't know, more aggressive theme to it, which is really cool. I love how Mopar names their colors. They always have really cool names for their colors. And the color on the, not CUDA, but the Challenger and the SRT Durangos, it's called Destroyer Gray. It's really cool. Cool name for it, but it looks almost like this color. So the fun facts on this. Okay, let's see if it's any different. This is the first... Let me see if I can get it to focus in here, guys. This is the first release of our new 2023 Ram 1500 Rebel casting with an all-new front grille, bumper, and hood. So that's the same fun fact of the other one. Let's see if the second one's any different. The Lunar Edition pays homage to lunar exploration and brings the availability of ceramic gray paint to the Ram. That's why. So it's like something on the spaceship. I know it's the space industry, NASA was the ones that came up with like ceramic coating for like headers and so forth. So anyways, let's get him out and take a look at him. So this is a different edition than the Havoc. So this is called the 2023 Ram 1500 Rebel Lunar Edition. So there's two different models under that Rebel nameplate. You have a Havoc and you have a Lunar. So, starting with this one, we'll go ahead and just flip it around to the back. As you can see how nicely this tailgate opens, that's why I wasn't forcing that one. And I didn't point it out on the yellow one, but you can see how well the bed is detailed. I love when they paint the inside of the beds black. It looks like it has a bed liner, either a slide in or a spray in. But it looks really great. You have your nice detail with the third brake light and your cab lights, in case you do put a cap on it. The antenna up there, detailed tail lights once again, and this one says the moon on the plate, so that has something to do with the Lunar Edition. Obviously, that's kind of cool. And then your Rebel emblem, tail exhaust tips coming out from underneath the bumper, detailed door handles and fender well moldings, and your Ram on the door. Once again, really cool looking front end. I want to see if they're any different. And really they're not. Just, I guess, probably the color and maybe some other trim stuff under the hood. Nicely detailed, as always. And they both have a light gray interior. I guess maybe probably simulating like a light gray leather or something. So interiors are the same color. And as you can see, they have all their column accessories on the side of the columns. Autoworld doesn't leave nothing out when it comes to stuff like that. These trucks are very nicely done. The only thing Autoworld does not do, which I wish they would do on some of their castings, because it would really help them, is using acrylic pieces for the headlights and tail lights. That's the one thing I have to give the green light. They do take that chance and do it every now and then, and it usually works pretty good. That would really help the Autoworld stuff, but I know they do a lot of detail in other areas, so they have to save money in certain places. And now that they're doing tampos for headlights instead of just painting them like they did on the Ford trucks, I think they look fine. That was one of their biggest mistakes, I think, was that Ford truck when they launched it, and it was just a big silver square on the headlight. It just looked like. But now they, I think, are adding more detail to even the Ford Lariats and stuff. So anyways, guys, that's it for our Free Friday. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you guys can find these. They're great looking trucks. If not, they're still available on eBay for reasonable prices, for like maybe $8 each plus shipping. But yeah, I regret not getting the big horns. I wish I would have got them, because they look fantastic. They're more of the luxury ones with the chrome wheels, chrome bumpers, things like that. They look really, really good. So guys, we'll be back again on Monday for our Mopar Monday. I'm not sure if we'll be back over the weekend. Depends on what we can find during our hunting out at Walmart and Dollar Tree and Dollar General. See what we can find. Maybe we'll have something else to show you over the weekend. If not, we'll be back Monday for our Mopar Monday. So enjoy your weekend, and thanks for watching.